Hey, have you ever been walking down a city street, lost in your own thoughts, and something on the ground just stops you? A crack in the pavement that looks like a face, a lost toy, a strange stain that tells a story you'll never know. I live for those moments. And there's one particular piece of street-level strangeness that has haunted my imagination for years. It's a mystery pressed right into the asphalt, a message that seems to come from nowhere and maybe from beyond. Hey, welcome back. I'm Abnul J. Farabi, and this is the Unexplained Archive. Today, we're getting off the beaten path and looking down. We're talking about one of the most enduring and bizarre public art mysteries of the last century, the Toynbee Tiles. If you've never heard of them, picture this. You're in the middle of a busy intersection in Philadelphia, or maybe Washington, D.C., or even as far south as South America. The traffic light changes, and as you cross, you see it. A crude, colorful rectangle embedded in the road itself. It's not painted on, it's in the tar. The colors are usually red, blue, and white. And the message, stamped in bold letters, is almost always the same. Toynbee Idea in MOViE 2001 Resurrect dead on planet Jupiter. Let's just sit with that for a second. Toynbee Idea. That's a reference to the historian Arnold J. Toynbee, who wrote about the concept of spiritual rebirth. In MOViE 2001, clearly Stanley Kubrick's film, 2001, A Space Odyssey. Resurrect dead on planet Jupiter. It's a command, a statement, a manifesto. But what does it mean? Who put it there? And how on earth, or off it, did they manage to embed these tiles so permanently into streets across a continent without anyone ever seeing them being made? That's the core of the mystery. These tiles started appearing in the 1980s, primarily in Philadelphia, but then they spread. They've been found in Pittsburgh, Baltimore, New York, Boston, St. Louis, even in cities in Chile and Brazil. They're always in the center of traffic lanes, places where stopping to lay down a complex artwork would be incredibly dangerous, not to mention conspicuous. The prevailing theory is that the artist or artists modified their car to have a trapdoor through which they could lay the tile while stopped at a red light. The tiles themselves are made of layers, a message carved into linoleum, covered in tar paper, and then sealed with asphalt sealant. Over time, the tar paper wears away, but the colorful linoleum remains, fused to the road by the pressure of countless cars. It's a brilliant, durable, and utterly anonymous method. But the why is so much more compelling than the how. The message feels like a fractured piece of someone's cosmology. The idea seems to be a belief that through the combined concepts of Toynbee's historical theories and the transformative journey depicted in 2001, A Space Odyssey, humanity can achieve a form of resurrection on Jupiter. It's part science fiction, part historical revision, part outright prophecy. It reads like a signal from a lone, brilliant, and possibly unwell mind, broadcasting their theory to a disinterested world one dangerous street installation at a time. For decades, the Tyler's identity was the biggest question. Then, in 2011, a fantastic documentary called Resurrect Dead pointed strongly to a Philadelphia man named James Morasco. He was a reclusive, eccentric individual whose widow believed he was the creator. The clues fit: his background, his interests, his availability. The film makes a compelling case. And for many, that solved the mystery. But for me, Ibnul, the engineer and the storyteller, the mystery didn't end. It just changed shape. Because if James Morasco was the original Tyler, and he passed away in the early 2000s, then who kept laying the tiles? New ones, with the classic message, kept appearing after his death. And then, things got even stranger. A new wave of tiles emerged. These were different. They were called copycat tiles, but they were so numerous and consistent, they felt like a new chapter. They had messages that were political, accusatory, conspiratorial. They referenced media conglomerates. They railed against specific newspapers with phrases like, "The media is a lie," and "You have been living in a movie." Some even seemed to engage with the original Tyler. One reading, Toynbee was wrong. It was as if the original signal had been hijacked, or maybe had sparked a conversation in a language only a few understood, played out over the asphalt canvases of the entire eastern seaboard. This is where the paranormal mystery, for me, truly begins. Not with ghosts, but with legacy. with the idea of a message so powerful, so cryptic, that it refuses to die with its author. It self-replicates. It mutates. Walking the streets of New York now, I look at these tiles not just as artifacts, but as living things. The original Toynbee tiles are slowly dying, worn away by tires and time. They are ghosts themselves, pale, fading impressions of their former selves. But the new ones, the strange offshoots, they are the resurrected dead. They are the idea evolved. There's a personal layer to this for me. As an immigrant, as someone who built a new life an ocean away from where I started in Bangladesh, I'm fascinated by the idea of leaving a mark. We all want to say, I was here. We write our names, we build businesses, we tell stories into microphones. The Toynbee Tiler, in his profound anonymity, did the opposite. He erased himself completely, leaving only the idea. He became the idea, and in doing so, he achieved a kind of immortality. His message is literally embedded in the infrastructure of the modern world. Every car that drives over a Toynbee tile, every person who stops to puzzle over it, is participating in his vision, whether they want to or not. So, what's the takeaway from this street-level enigma? For me, it's a reminder that mystery doesn't always live in haunted houses or ancient forests. Sometimes, it's right beneath our feet, in the most mundane places. The Toynbee tiles are a testament to one person's desperate, beautiful need to communicate a truth only they could see. And they're a testament to the human response to that, our need to solve, to document, to preserve, and even to answer back. The next time you're walking across a city street, take a look down. You might just see a piece of a mystery, a fragment of a dead man's dream for Jupiter, waiting in the grime and the gravel. It's a connection to a stranger, a puzzle with no solution, and a piece of art that the world tried to erase by driving over it 1,000,000 times and failed. Thanks for walking with me through this one. If you were intrigued by the journey, I'd be so grateful if you'd share this episode with a fellow mystery lover. For more deep dives into the unexplained, make sure you're subscribed to the Unexplained Archive wherever you get your podcasts. This is Ibnul J. Farabi from Light Not Studios. Until next time, keep looking down.